viewers, you're watching Addis Media Network, Addis TV, and this is English News Hour with the news. I'm Babudram. First, the headlines. Fundraising campaign tour for the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was launched yesterday. Young artists are participating on World Arts competition that demonstrate Ethiopia-France relations. Those were the headlines, now the news in detail. The second citywide cooperative exhibition started at the exhibition center. Stating about the opening of the exhibition, Addis Ababa City Mayor Adanecha Abebe wrote on her social media page that cooperatives have an irreplaceable role in making a fair trading system in Addis Ababa. The mayor explained that cooperatives help to alleviate the pressure of artificial cost of living to make products and goods accessible to the community through Sunday markets and consumer shops. She added that strengthening cooperative is supporting society and urged all stakeholders to work to strengthen solidarity to make life easier for the public. Ministry of Tourism announced that tourism package has been prepared for the participants of the African Union Summit so that they can visit tourism destinations in Addis Ababa. Malis Abtu has more.
The 42nd Ordinary Session of the Executive Council and the 36th Ordinary Session of African Union Assembly will be held from 15 to 16 February and 18 to 19 February, respectively. Tourism State Minister Salamawit Dawit told INA that the ministry has prepared a mobile application and a tourism package for African Union Summit participants to mainly enable them to visit tourism destinations in Addis Ababa. According to her, more tourism destinations are being built in Addis Ababa, and the summit will create opportunity for the participants to visit the sites in the city and know Ethiopia. The state minister also said that Ethiopia is better prepared than last year to host the AU summit and serve participants so as to leverage it to promote the tourism sector. Salamawit noted that a national committee has been established to coordinate the hosting of the African Union Summit, and the ministry is a member of it. Ethiopian Tourism and Hotel Market Association President Getahun Alamu said on his part that all the hotels are ready to welcome the guests. The hospitality industry in Ethiopia is improving from time to time, he noted, stressing the need for further increasing and improving special hospitality during similar meetings to boost the country's image. In addition to the natural tourism attractions in the country, the government has been engaged in developing magnificent tourism destinations in Addis Ababa and beyond. It was indicated that this year's AU Summit is expected to create opportunity to further strengthen Ethiopia's tourism sector that has been reviving following the Pretoria Agreement.
Director of Ethiopia Forest Development Bitao Shuabo said Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative is exemplary for other African countries and foundation for development. Alelin Tamasken has more.
Ethiopia has planted about 25 billion seedlings with the participation of 20 million citizens during the past 4 years. Bitao Shoabao, director at Ethiopian Forest Development, told Ethiopian News Agency that the green legacy works of the past 4 years have been successful and are changing the face of Ethiopia for good. He added the Green Legacy Initiative has been playing a huge role in preventing climate change and creating job opportunities. According to Bitao, African countries can increase their forest coverage and accomplish huge change in preventing climate change if they emulate Ethiopia's experience.
ኢትዮጵያ የሄደችው ያለችው የዚህ ግሪን ሌጋሲ ኢኒሺዬቲቭ ለሌሎች አካባቢዎች ሁሉ ተሞክሮ ሊሆን
I think Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative is exemplary for other environments. If African countries take this experience, each African country can bring change. Especially now, Africa's natural resource is degrading. Sahara Desert is expanding, so each country should take this Green Legacy Initiative experience and it can benefit the whole continent and also the world.
በሁኔታ ቢኖር ጥሩ ነው ብዬ ነው።
The director recalled that Ethiopia has in the past years given seedlings to neighboring countries with mutual development thinking. This has its own contribution to regional cooperation development growing together and creating a common platform. He further revealed that preparation have been underway to plant 2.5 billion seedlings in the upcoming 5th round Green Legacy program ahead of time.
የምንተክለውና ተከላ ከምግብ ዋስትና ጋር የማያያዝ ጉዳይ ነበረው።
When we plant, we relate with food security. For example, we were planting fruits. The planted seedlings have also played a significant role in creating job opportunities, especially for the youth, whether it is for construction, food security, or environmental protection. And this year, we are going to follow different methods. The first one is in terms of quality. Secondly, we are going to focus in the way that we gain economical benefits. The other one is the number of seedlings is not many as of last year. We are preparing to plant 2.5 billion seedlings. About 1 billion seedlings are forest planting. The rest, 1.5 billion seedlings, are mixed forest farming. And each seedling should plant in polythene and in quality.
The director stated some of the seedlings will have economic benefits.
Addis University College of Social Science announced plans to establish a Center for Sustainable Development Goals. It was learned that the establishment of the centers will assist the effective implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. Ikma Tamam has more.
A consultative meeting organized by College of Social Science in Addis University was held yesterday on promoting multidisciplinary research on sustainable development. On the occasion, College of Social Science Dean in Addis University, Debebe Eros, said that the College of Social Science is currently providing education in 9 centers. According to him, to solve social problems, it is vital not to be confined to just one discipline.
We have to see how we can serve the society. Our students' research is on shelf after they graduate, so the research done with this point of view will benefit the society. And we decided that we need to talk about the issue starting from now and adapt with the change.
The Addis University College of Social Science announced it planned to establish a Center for Sustainable Development Goals. Coordinator of Sustainable Development Goals Management Project at the university, Yeshitala Wendemina, on his part said the purpose of establishing a center is to provide capacity building training and research support to the government and other stakeholders. He elaborated the establishment of the center will assist the effective implementation of Sustainable Development Goals.
Our main aim is offering research support and capacity building training to the government and the stakeholders, looking forward to success of the Sustainable Development Goals. The project will remain for 6 years, while the SDG Center will continue to help with the implementation of the development goals within the country.
Department of Geography and Environmental Studies head at the university, Demis Mengiste, said by next academic year, the center will start to accept students for PhD, adding that the college has completed a survey of demand.
The center has done assessments to start PhD program on sustainable development goals. So on the upcoming academic year, the center will receive students for PhD program on the SDGs. That will benefit the college to increase its visibility. Secondly, it will serve as a center.
You're watching Addis Media Network. The Ethiopian Diaspora Worldwide Task Force provided medical supplies worth of 442 million birr to Ethiopia's Ministry of Health. In a report by Ethiopian News Agency, the chairperson of the organization, Dalkacho Zaudi, handed over the medical equipment support to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Addis. Dr. Leah, on her part, thanked the task force for this support. She also called on the diasporas to continue their unwavering support in a bid to restore the conflict-ridden health infrastructures in different parts of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Disaster Risk Management Commission announced that more than 500,000 metric tons of humanitarian assistance was delivered to the beneficiaries in the first 6 months of the current financial years. The Commission confirmed that the projected target for the first half of the current fiscal year for 3 rounds was more than 1 million metric tons of humanitarian assistance. Hence, the Commission achieved only 66% of its target for the first 6 months of the 2022 and 2023 financial year. During a 6-month performance review meeting in Dreddawa City, it was stated that in the first half of the ongoing fiscal year, the Commission made preparations and identified 21,306,871 people affected by conflicts, droughts, and floods in different areas of Ethiopia need humanitarian assistance. The Commissioner of the Ethiopian Disaster Risk Management Commission, Shifarau Teklamariam, said the government alone is expected to provide humanitarian assistance to about 10 million people, whereas partners are expected to provide aid to more than 11 million people. 16 million people who were affected by drought were among the beneficiaries. The Commissioner explained that about 4.6 million people were internally displaced due to man-made problems, but some of them have returned to their villages. Ethiopia and France are brotherly countries that enjoy more than 100 years of diplomatic relations. In regard to commemoration of their diplomatic ties, the French embassy in Ethiopia is holding world arts competition that highlights fraternity, equality, and liberty. We have more on that. Art is a big part of our life. It's played a lot of roles. We can say the most famous art, such as Mona Lisa and other parts of art that you can mention. So right now I'm going to have an interview with the artist who paints arts in the wall of the embassies. Hi. Hello. Adina. How are you? Young Ethiopian artists are engaged in wall and street art across Addis Ababa. In recognition of these talented young artists and painters, the French embassy has prepared wall arts competition among these artists in the commemoration of the 125th anniversary of Ethio-France relations. The theme and concept for their art is to express fraternity, equality, and liberty. France is a country known by many pieces of art. One of them is the portrait of Mona Lisa. Also, the most iconic Eiffel Tower is found in Paris. History also unveiled that France is one among other countries that fight for liberty and freedom of people. It was said that the country has also given the Statue of Liberty to USA after US's independence from British colony around 1700. These young artists have given their drawing a meaning by combining concepts that convey the unity and historic relations of Ethiopia and France.
Our concept is about three things: fraternity, equity, and liberty. So within that concept, they say draw something from your mind as an explanation for that. So I choose to draw the past bad, the bad past, and on the other side, colorful, joyful day with a man who is trying to fold up the bad past. Yeah. So yeah, these are people are like struggling with their own idea, just having an idea. They have many difficulties to explain it or to have the right to say their words or something.
The last king on the monarchical rule was set at Versailles. So this is the invincible palace of Versailles has finally been opened for the public. So here there are 2 doors, and after they escaped, they have got the freedom. The door that closes for the minorities has finally been opened.
This is what we call the cyan color. It's originally created from the primary blue and the green one. As we all know, France represents within blue, white and red, and Ethiopian green, yellow and red. And when we compose the primary, the first blue and green, it creates cyan. So this is the concept of that fraternity, how they fratern, their alliance, especially when we call this 125th anniversary or quasquacentennial. It have to represent on, and the second color also, it's a cream composed from yellow and white and the red ones. That's the concept, and finally it's achieved to the bright areas, and that bright comes to, and you can see the Afro-mans, the light skinned woman, and the somehow red guy. So that's the idea, and they come out from the darkness to create something bright.
The whole idea is in the group dancers. I did this to show the evolution, you know. Then in the revolution, there is ups and downs, and the item of the competition was equality, fraternity, and I forgot the last one. Yeah. So for those to combine, I did the group dancers representing brotherhood, unity, and in unity, as we live in harmony, it's not always happy times. So there's ups and downs. So I want to do this to show the ups and downs. So that's why I choose a bit darker color, because it is the past.
The relations between Ethiopia and France dates back to 1898, and this relation is continued to strengthen by cooperation in different sectors between the two countries. A fundraising campaign tour for the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was launched yesterday. The GRED funding raising tour will be held across the nation with the view to motivating, remobilizing, and encouraging the public to raise funds for the construction of the dam. Ms. Ghana Fanta Westmore.
Ethiopia started the Grand Renaissance Dam 10 years back with $4.5 million. However, due to the inflation and other reasons, the cost of construction hiked. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, with the capacity to generate 6,400 megawatt, has been accomplished 89%. About 60 billion birr is needed to complete the construction of the dam, so that the government is organizing different fundraising mechanisms. A grand fundraising campaign for the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was launched yesterday. The GRED fundraising tour will be held across the nation with the view to motivating, remobilizing, and encouraging the public to raise funds for the construction of the dam. About 200 million birr is expected from the fundraising tour, which lasts for 45 days, rotating in 50 seats and 200 wardas. The fundraising activities will include bond purchasing and text messaging, among others. Speaking at the second GRED fundraising tour launching ceremony yesterday, GRED Public Participation Coordination Office Director General Aragai Birr has said 60 billion birr is needed to finalize the construction of the dam. The Director General urged the public to actively participate in the fundraising campaign, in which all Ethiopians have put in place their fingerprints on the dam.
ይህ ግድብ ለብዙ ችግሮቻችን መፍትሄ ነው።
The dam is a solution for our different problems, not only for economical problems, but also for political and social problems. It is an example that we can solve the difference between us. Today, we have started the second round Grand Renaissance Dam tour so that we can achieve our goal. With this tour, we have to contribute for the accomplishment of the remaining construction of the dam.
በዚህ ጉዞ የቀረው የግድቡ ስራ እንዲጠናቀቅ ያለብንን ኃላፊነት መወጣት ይኖርብናል።
Noting that GRED has passed through various challenges, Aragai pointed out that 89% of the construction is accomplished through Ethiopians' own efforts and resources. The GRED has multifaceted importance in unifying Ethiopians economically, socially, and politically, he further pointed out.
3 United Nations agencies called for all relevant bodies to step up actions to protect and promote the well-being, mental health, and development for all learners around the world, majorly the sub-Saharan Africa. Gamachisa Mandida has more from Africa News.
International agencies have put huge efforts into meeting the basic needs of school children to support their learning. Hence, these agencies have invested considerable resources to meet the basic needs of school children throughout the world. Yet reports confirm that much is left to do before the needs of the children are met adequately to support their learning, calling for the need for intervention from all stakeholders. Although investing in school health and nutrition has a positive effect on children's academic outcomes, 1/3 of schools worldwide still do not have access to drinking water and basic sanitation facilities, 3 UN agencies said in a report published on February 9, 2023. The report titled Ready to Learn and Thrive, School Health and Nutrition Around the World shows that the provision of school health and nutrition incentivize children to come to school and to stay there. School meals alone increase enrollment and attendance rates by 9% and 8% respectively. It is estimated that some 584 million children have limited or no access to basic drinking water services at school. Nearly half lived in sub-Saharan Africa, according to a study by the UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, the UN Children's Fund, and the World Food Programme. The 3 organizations are appealing to the international community, countries, and partners to set up actions to protect, promote, and physical and mental health, nutrition, well-being, and development of all learners. All stakeholders are urged to focus on key interventions appropriate to local contexts and needs, including the provision of school meals, vaccinations, deworming, psychosocial support, skills-based health education that enables learners to lead healthy lives, and safe and inclusive learning environments that promote health and well-being.
Now let us take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. Those were the news package that we have for today. Thank you so much for staying with us. Please have a good time with other rest of Addis Media Network programs.